Hello guys, and I just wanted to make a quick video on how I'm feeling about The Division right now. I have a few issues that I want to bring up, starting with the crafting station. I feel like the material conversion just takes way too long. I'm not sure why they don't have the feature to convert over materials in bulk, but I really hope that they change that because it's kind of annoying having to press X and circle over and over. Sometimes I have like 50 to 60 items I need to convert over to higher quality items. It just takes too long for me to even want to do it. I also want to bring up the fact that it feels like everybody's the same in this game. You got two different abilities that separate you, and I don't feel different from the next person. And in a role-playing game, you should feel different. You should have support roles, damaging roles. In most RPGs, you have, what is it, a tank, healer, and a DPS. Or a support, healer, tank, DPS, doesn't matter. This game lacks that, and I had high hopes for The Division in terms of role-playing. The Division is a great game, I like The Division, but in that aspect of the game, it doesn't feel like it pulls me in. I also want to bring up the fact that I feel like there's a lack of cinematics. Like, I'm not engaged in the story at all because I honestly don't know what's going on in the story other than smallpox. If somebody were to came up to me right now and asked me, hey, what is The Division about? I don't know what to tell them. All I know is that there's an outbreak of smallpox and they separated people with the virus and the people without the virus. Pretty much drew a line in the middle of the city. But I mean, the developers also did a great job on New York City. I think it's probably the best made version of New York City that I've probably ever seen in a video game. So I give them props for that. I do have a concern though. Like, I want to know what they were thinking by not putting a preview button in the appearance tab. Most games, if not all games, have a preview option. See how the item will look before you even purchase it or equip it. And I came from World of Warcraft, and even World of Warcraft being out since 2004 had that feature. But this game doesn't have the feature to preview items. And a lot of people, from what I've heard, really wish they did have that option because it's kind of a hassle to equip an item just so you can view it. And sometimes the game doesn't even have proper lighting for you to view the item. So like you just got a new jacket from some person coughing up blood. I don't know. You know how they drop them off on the streets. You just got that new jacket. You go and equip it because you want to preview it because there's no preview option. So you go and equip it, and then there ain't even proper lighting, so you can't even see it. Your character looks like a dark shadow. Well, or a shadow. Shadows are dark. I feel like the loot in this game is pretty bad. I feel like I'm just getting rehashed versions of the guns that I already have. I hit level 30 a couple days ago and I haven't had any motivation to continue on because I feel like I already have what I need to have. I don't feel like I need to find anything special or, the loot in this game is very bland, and that's how I feel about it. Hopefully, because they got a couple of updates coming out. I know they have like an expansion, in April, May, and June or something like that. They got a pretty tight schedule in terms of content coming out for the Division, so hopefully things change. I just feel like there needs to be better loot. What I mean by better loot, I like obtaining items that nobody else ever has. So like if I could bring in an example, it would be like Destiny and Thorn or something like that, or Galahorn, items like that are like different from the regular items. They're exotic, they're legendaries, they make you feel like you just obtained some super powerful weapon that nobody's ever seen. And yeah, it just gives you a good feeling, especially in an online game when somebody sees your weapon and you're just like, you're proud of what you just obtained. Even like Warglaives in World of Warcraft, everybody loved the way it looked. It was so exciting to get one. Right now I'm playing Borderlands 2. I've never played Borderlands 2, but the loot in Borderlands 2 is I love it. Like, it's exciting every time because I never played it, so I don't know about you guys, but it's exciting when I go and shoot somebody and something blue pops out of their freaking bag, or that's what I mean by excitement. I feel excited to go over there and pick up that blue or that green or whatever the hell it is. I feel excited to do that. I don't feel excited to pick up anything in Division. It's just, I feel like I already know what's over there. I already know that that's an AK-47. In this issue, the next issue that I'm about to bring up, it isn't really much of an issue. It's just more convenient for me. I would like to have like a bicycle or something just to travel quicker, because sometimes there's this, I think I brought it up in one of my other videos of Division, where you end up like having to travel 2,000 feet or something like that to another safe house to get to another mission zone so you can get more missions or whatever. And it just takes too long, and that next area might be too hard for you, but you don't know that until you get there. And when you actually get there and you die, you have to go all the way back, and then it just doubled your time traveled. I just feel like a bicycle is necessary, especially in the scenery, of New York. New York people, there's always bikes in New York. Everybody's always driving a bike. Even the pizza man's driving a bike. Check out Spider-Man. I feel that we should have a better way of transportation. There's one other thing that I actually would like in this game. And if you watch my World of Warcraft videos, I'm a fan of PvP. I love to PvP. I don't know what it is in any RPG that it is. I just love to kill people. Anyways, that's like one of my favorite parts of any game, with the exception of Borderlands 2. My brother convinced me to buy that. That's why I've never bought it, is because there wasn't no PvP, but turns out I was wrong. The game is good, and I wish that, you know, the Dark Zone wasn't the only alternative to people who like the PvP. Like I said, travel time is just it takes too long to get there. Of course, you could just travel to another safe house, but then they got a loading screen. I don't know. I like to hop into the PvP. Like let's say, like how Destiny has it for instance, where you just throw yourself in a queue and you're up in a queue with other, like 10 other players, 20 other players, and you're in that queue, and then once that queue pops, you know that you're gonna get instant action, instant PvP, and it's gonna mean something, you know. Like Destiny did PvP right, I think. I like how Destiny did it. I personally did not like Destiny in general, but in terms of the PvP, I think that they had a great idea. I hope that the Division could pick up on that and see that some players in the community like PvP. Now that might be hard for them because, you know, you got balancing and everything like that, but I mean, if they have the Dark Zone anyways, they should already be on that. And I think that in any RPG, I feel like player versus player is a huge part of that game, and you can't just like leave it out. It kind of belongs, especially when there's role-playing to be involved, you know? It brings the community together. But also back to the role-playing part of the game. I also feel everybody has that. There needs to be more abilities. There needs to be more ways to separate you from the next guy. You can't just have another sticky bomb or another med kit. That doesn't really divide us. You know, everybody's gonna pick the med kit unless you don't want to hear that. I don't know. I feel like everybody has the med kit, or everybody has that res kit, or everybody has the sticky bomb. I feel like I see that in every match that I play, and I don't feel like there is much to building your character in a role-playing game that you want to hear diversity exists. You don't want to hear that everybody's the same. You don't want to have people building the characters exactly the same as the next guy because it's better. You know, you want diversity, and I feel like that's what they should be focusing on the most. But with that being said, this is going to end my video. I'm sorry for the little rant, if it might seem so, but if you guys agree with me, you know, everybody's going to share it and subscribe. It'll help me out a lot. Peace.